All right, welcome to another episode of Real Estate vs. Technology. I'm your host, Norman Kinsey. We have our co-host, Mr. Dan Gandy. Welcome, Dan.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. And we have a very special guest today. He was actually rubbing elbows with, looks like Ryan Sternham from his Instagram we have behind us. We have Andy. We have Andy on the show. Welcome to Real Estate vs. Technology, Andy.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So we would love to deep dive into your business, find out technology you're using to grow and scale your business. So let's first get into just you in particular. So tell us what made you get into business and how long you've been in so far.
So I was interested by real estate. So in college, I studied finance, and I actually was told by my advisor in college that as someone who wanted to minor in real estate, that it wasn't really actually worth it unless basically the only minor that was worth it was accounting as a finance major. So I was told not to do real estate in college, and here we are. So I wish I knew who my advisor was, because it would be pretty funny to be able to go back to him and show him how things have changed.
Yeah.
But I actually started in commercial real estate. So I figured as someone with a financial background, it would be more beneficial to be doing commercial brokerage. And so when I was 24, I got into commercial brokerage. So I've had my license almost 7 years now. And basically my friends still make fun of me that I volunteered for 9 months while I was in commercial brokerage because I didn't sell anything.
You got to learn, though, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And so after not selling anything, I got into commercial financing, working on the CMBS debt side of things, and did that for a couple of years. And then March of 17 made the switch and came over to residential.
Wow.
So I've been in residential since March of 2017.
That's awesome. Yeah, I could relate with you. I've been in the business for about 7 years as well, more on the support and marketing side. But yeah, it's an amazing business, and there's tons of opportunity, which is awesome. So now, since you've been in the business for a while, has any technology, in a sense we could say, disrupted your business, or did you start to adapt into your business? Hence probably one thing, I'm looking back here on your Instagram vlogging, but what sticks out for you on that side of things?
Instagram was going to be the first thing I was going to say.
Okay.
Because to me that was, so in early 2018, I was told that I was going to be featured as a rising star in a exclusive real estate magazine here in Charlotte.
Okay.
And basically it was all right, well, if I'm going to be featured in this magazine and I'm not even a year in, how can I make sure the most amount of people are going to see this, that I was in this magazine? Because it's a magazine that goes to the top 500 agents in Charlotte. So they can feature the top 200. They post about the top 200, but it goes to the top 500. But me, I figured, how can I get in front of even more people? And that was where I took to Instagram basically as a digital billboard.
Nice. That's
Great
awesome.
Strategy.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the look and feel, the oranges and the brand that you went with in that color selection.
Yeah. That's me as a Virginia Tech alum right there.
Almost. That's awesome. I was wondering, I was how people pick colors and the branding now. That's cool. That's a good little insight.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm going to let you go ahead and take it over, Dan. I know we have our lightning rounds coming up, so I'm going to change the camera angle here and let you take it away.
So how this really breaks down is I just want to ask you a series of quick questions, and it can be one word or maybe a sentence, but you don't have to expound on why or when or how, but really to just give back to the real estate community and kind of understand what you're doing in your specific business. So let me roll through this. What is your number one lead source currently?
Referrals.
Okay.
Love it.
Perfect. Do you currently cold call prospect any type of data sets?
Nope.
All righty. Direct mail farm.
I actually just started doing that around listings, but that's it.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
You get a new listing, send out postcards. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. And then in terms of your website or social media presence, are you generating leads there?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, are you running any Facebook or Instagram or PPC type ads to currently drive traffic to these sites? Perfect. And then, in terms of generating leads on social media, like, is it cold DMs? Is it people engaging with your posts? Like, why don't you tell us, like, what you would suggest to an agent is the number one way of converting one of those leads or prospecting on social?
At first it was cold DMs. It was a lot more cold DMs. The other is just like engaging with people. So commenting on posts. If they post something that's funny on a story, tell them that it's funny.
Yeah.
Like just the small little things where you can start staying top of mind. And the idea is like, if someone looks at your page, they're like, "Ooh, this person looks interesting."
Yeah. That magnet approach. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And then the second part of this really is like, let's deep dive into your tool belt. Is there a specific CRM that you're using that you could share with us?
So I use Follow Up Boss.
Same here. That's awesome.
We
just had Dan Corkle on the show like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Any time organization tools that you use? Google Calendar, Monday.com, Brevity, anything like that?
I use Google Calendar, and I'm in the midst of trying to figure out if Trello or Monday.com are better.
The answer is no. We use Monday.com right now, and I love it, but it doesn't replace the Google Calendar functionality in terms of efficiency.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But for me, I want to try and figure out ways for like task management, the best kind of task management, day-to-day, weekly, individual buyer seller task management. Because Follow Up Boss is great, but there's got to be something that's more intuitive for day-to-day use.
Yeah,
totally. I think I'm using Lion Wolf or like Zip Forms is integrated by Lone Wolf. Mm-hmm. Lone Wolf for each transaction has something that's very similar in the stack. If you look at that, I don't know if you use Zip Forms or other like Dot Loop or those types of things, but yeah, it's something to look at.
I have a closing coordinator manage all of that, all the paperwork.
Yep, that's awesome. And then two more questions. Number one technology tool right now that is not social media that you mentioned.
That's tough because you first want to go to social media.
Yeah, it can be video.
Oh, well then, yeah, video. Absolutely. Video.
Awesome. And I think, is there anything new that you're testing right now in terms of marketing strategy or something you haven't done in the past? Video?
Yeah, because people think that like, if you were to look at my Instagram, you wouldn't think I'm still testing video, but to me, testing is more than just posting 1 or 2 videos or 12 videos. It's like testing video is committing to an entire year of doing video every week and then seeing how things really work and seeing what the projections and the pro forma statements or whatever you want to look at for forecasting would look like moving forward. But that to me, I feel like I'm still testing video, even though I've been doing it since April. And
do you house those? This is just a random question. Do you house those videos on Vimeo or YouTube in conjunction to posting those on social?
Yeah, they're all on YouTube.
Perfect. Yeah. And if you're listening out there, do what he says. It works.
Test over 12 months. Don't just like, a couple weeks in, I'm done. Like, it takes some time.
Yeah, we see it with our own clients, and this is not a hate on anybody, but they'll get excited. They'll like shoot a couple videos, and then you don't hear from them for 3 months, and you're like, hey, can you send us more videos for your website or social media? And they're like, oh yeah, I just haven't got around to it. Well, you're telling us one of your number one lead generation tools is social media, and you shot a video. So,
right. Yeah. Well, and that's where, for me, with hiring video, instead of finding a video company who did video and photos and all these other different things that are like all encompassing or full service, I went more with the full service video company. Mm-hmm. So they do everything when it comes to video for me, including like we'll do our like our brain dump kind of strategy session for an hour over the phone, and then they'll put together the entire schedule for the entire day of filming.
Wow.
Awesome. Are they local to your market or more national?
Yeah, they're local here in Charlotte. They're expanding a little bit. They're local here in Charlotte. They focus specifically on real estate, and so they are the one-stop shop when it comes to video, because there's so much more about video that people don't think, and that's why people stop doing video.
Yeah,
they start.
True. If you don't mind, you're more than welcome to drop the name of any viewers, listeners in your area or checking out this episode. It could always help maybe someone in your area, especially if you're sharing that content too. So more welcome.
Yeah, their name is Roosterfish Media, and I tag them in a lot of my videos since they do the videos.
Nice.
But yeah, Roosterfish Media, and it's a picture of a fish. It's actually after the rooster fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like that. So going into some questions that I have, finishing up the show here. So as far as positioning, are you doing anything to differentiate yourself with positioning as maybe being an expert, whether that's going to be a local expert or if that's going to be an expert in like a niche, like buyer specialist, seller specialist, content you're putting out is tailoring to a specific demographic? Are you kind of playing around with that or doing anything with that currently for your business?
I mean, that's where doing some of the video stuff helps, because pictures are great. Posting a long post with all kinds of stats is great. But at the end of the day, like, you do a video and people can really get to know you. And then that in conjunction with partnering up with Sirhan and going and meeting with Ryan Sirhan up in New York. And then, right after that, having a sweet listing with a Lamborghini in it. It's like all those kinds of things, doing them all together. It's not just like one thing that I'm focusing on. Mm-hmm. You have to like layer it when you go to do a lot of this stuff.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. Perception, right? They say perception's at the forefront of your success. And, if you can just be like, hey, this guy's already having success, let's go rub shoulders with someone that's already there doing a good job and see what potentially can come out of it. That's awesome. That's fantastic. So we touched a little bit on the mailer side. So you said you're just sending out mailers just around basically the farm. Anything for our listeners and viewers, anything specific you're doing? Like, is it just like a coming soon type of flyer, or are you driving them anywhere or doing anything in particular?
It's like a just listed, just sold mailer. Okay. And I just started doing that. I didn't really do it around listings before, but now that I've started getting some more listings and some that are a little bit nicer too, it's like, might as well hit more mailboxes when I can. And a just listed, just sold campaign is a pretty easy way to do it.
Got it. Okay. So what about secret weapons? So for our viewers and listeners, is there anything that you can give them, like a golden nugget, secret weapon, something that you've implemented that's done very well for you? That could be Instagram, some type of tagging, video, Ryan, whatever it is. Is there something you want to kind of golden nugget for our listeners and viewers out there?
Sure. My secret weapon with Instagram is always having something on my story.
Consistency.
Yep. Every single day, that thing disappears every 24 hours. And if you don't have something to post, at least repost something.
Yeah.
Like a movie. It's always playing.
Yeah. And that's awesome. And that's good because they have 24 hours, right? So do something in the morning. They got 24 hours before it's going to go away. So just stay on top of that. I love that. That's awesome. Well, awesome. We're at the top part of the show now where the floor is open to you. So if there's something that you would like to, put out there, maybe something to look out for the viewers and listeners, maybe something like new content that we have coming up, expanding your team. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
I mean, I would say that I would talk about getting ready to go up and meet Ryan Sirhan a couple of weeks ago, but that already happened. But that's where I would say, like, definitely follow me on Instagram. It's AndyG_Realtor. I see you're not following me, but you got to follow me up there.
Yeah, do it now.
But that, and then on my YouTube, if you want to subscribe, I mean, I'm posting the videos on there all the time, and there's always referral opportunities. So if anyone's ever moving to Charlotte, or thinking about selling in Charlotte and moving to wherever you are, that kind of thing, I'm happy to help. I work with a lot of people who move into Charlotte, and I'm one of the transplants that have moved here from another state. And so it's an amazing place to be. And there's a lot of ways that you can sell houses and meet people to sell houses to. And so that's where, for me, Instagram worked really well. And I tell people all the time, if they ask me, like, for help with Instagram, but they say they hate Instagram, my first response is, then don't do it.
Yeah.
So
you got to embrace the platform that you're going to run with, and put your 110% effort into it. It's not worth it if not. So,
yeah, find something that you actually enjoy doing, and then you will become addicted to it.
Yep, exactly. Amen. I love that. That's great. So definitely stay on top of your Insta story out there for the listeners and viewers. Put great content. If you need to, rent a Lamborghini for your listing.
Collaborate with celebrities. It all works.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Andy, for being on the show. We really do appreciate it. It seems like right now you're definitely doing some amazing things on Instagram. So for our viewers and listeners, definitely check you out there. So thank you so much. Dan, thank you so much for being our co-host today. And
great episode.
And of course, thanks to all of our viewers and listeners, as is our intention for you to take something from our episodes to apply to your business, to have more massive success. And we'll see you on the next one.
Hope you found value. If you liked the episode, give it a thumbs up. Comment below with what you learned. And if you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll be notified for new podcast episodes coming out. Now, I want to go ahead and show you, if you see here on your screen, you can click join our Facebook group page, and you can go ahead and be a member of our community page. We love to be able to share what type of technology you're using on this page. And also, if you want to go ahead and do some networking all across the country, you can go ahead and network on this Facebook group page. If you're a real estate professional, focus on a specific niche, whether it's a buyer, specific type, seller, specific type, or a specific area. We would love to hear your story and how are you growing and scaling your business using technology to focus on that demographic. And if you're a technology owner, have a technology you want to share, and you want to be featured on Real Estate vs. Technology, the podcast, all you have to go ahead and do is send us an email at reversetechtalk@gmail.com, and we'll see you on the next one.